Yo, 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 yo. What's good with it? It's the homie Mac. Music, art, culture, knowledge. Each one teach one. Peace and love, peace and love. Excuse me. Reporting live from the Dogon. You know what it is. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all know I gotta go through the formalities. Thumbs up, give me the likes. Thumbs up, give me the likes. I need the algorithm to feel me, man. Share this, share this. Tell your mama, watch this video in its entirety. Spread the word. Got a lot of good information over here at MACK TV. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, 82 Kings. Yeah, so this is a session of Mac minutes. Mac minutes. So you know, a lot of things have been on my heart. I try to, you know, I'm a thinker. I'm a thinker. I muse over a lot of things, mull over a lot of things or whatever, and this session of Mac minutes will be entitled 8 Ways I've Seen Black Men Die. And I'm not coming from a place of hubris in saying this. I'm not coming from a place where condescension or being ostentatious, like y'all brothers just need to get y'all shit together, man. Y'all slipping. No, I'm hoping that brothers see this or you share this with a black man, and it gives him some type of insight. It makes him become more introspective and ask himself, how am I living my life? What am I doing with my time on this earth? And just to be self-reflective and to do better. You know, to really ask, you know, I want black men to see this, ask themselves questions like, where am I? Where am I going? What am I doing? And again, this is not from a place of hubris or being condescending. These are questions I've asked myself. You know, I've had to dissect myself and ask myself, Mac, what are you really doing with your life, homie? And I think you can't have revolution without revelation. That's what I've always said. You can't have revolution without revelation. You need to know where you are to decipher where you really want to go. But you don't. You know, you have to think about where you are in the present and think about where you want to be, essentially. But let me pull this up. 8 ways I've seen black men die. And I'll go into detail about the 8 ways. Give an example. My phone. Okay. Number 1. And let me say this. All this is not relegated to black men. Black men don't have a monopoly on these things. But, you know, I'm a black man. My ecosystem has been primarily black. And these are things I've seen happen to black men. But it's probably applicable to not only... Yes, it's probably applicable to, like, men in general. But again, the milieu that I've grew up in, it was black men, black people. So this is what I've seen. And I just want, again, brothers to see this and reflect. And let's do better. Let's do better. Let's be our best self. Okay. Number 1, following the next man. I've seen a lot of black men, a lot of brothers, not really define themselves for themselves, and just it was like they were looking for something to follow. Instead of just defining themselves, doing them, being their best self, a lot of times they follow other men. What's the next man doing? What's the next hype? What's the next man? I'll be sweating. What is the next big thing? What's the next trend? And I see one of my favorite proverbs is this comedic proverb. It says, "Do not look for yourself in the world. Know the world within yourself." Do not look for yourself in the world, for this will be an illusion. Know the world within yourself. And we got a lot of brothers. They're just kind of aimlessly following other men. Nah. That's how you get caught up. I've seen a lot of brothers follow other men and lose themselves in the process and get caught up in things that they normally wouldn't do. Some things that were criminal, violent, and they end up dying. Number 2, counting the next man's pockets. I've seen some brothers get caught up in jealousy and their ego, and instead of, and understand, a lot of these things can be conflated. That I'm saying. I've seen a lot of brothers think about money, get anxiety over money. Oh man, I gotta get this paper, man. I gotta get this paper. And comparison is the thief of joy. You may work at such and such, and you're making decent money, but you're comparing yourself to whoever's over here, and they're making all this money, and you watching him, and he starts to feel offended. Like, why you counting my pockets, homie? And sometimes that escalates and gets violent, and brothers die. Seen it happen a lot of times. I mean, essentially, jealousy. You know, and you have too many people that are just, I guess, following. Too many people, too many brothers that are just following. They feel like, you know, if such and such is getting money that way, then I got to get money that way. Like, don't keep tabs on another man's pockets. Do you? Third, chasing after women. I've known brothers who have, how do I say it? Have had unhealthy relationships with women, and totally get lost in it. They forfeit their dreams. They make this woman the center of their existence. And they stop pursuing their dreams. They stop bettering themselves. They put this woman, some of the homies said, excuse my language, they put the pussy on a pedestal. And in the process of doing that, they stop doing the things that make them better. They stop self-improvement. They stop doing them. They stop pursuing their passions. They stop growing. They stop evolving. They put this woman completely on the throne of their heart, to the point where they become extremely jealous, to the point where they abandon themselves, they get lost, they abandon God, because they make this woman their everything, chasing after her. One thing I tell brothers, I tell women this too: don't hold on to anything that's not holding on to you. If I have to constantly prove my love to you constantly, or if I have to redirect you back to me because your heart is going somewhere else, you gotta let that go. And I've seen brothers literally. Tupac had this. There's this Tupac interview. He said, "Women get horny and men die." And essentially, there's a lot of jealousy, men competing for these women, to the point where they'll get violent. And my thing is, no, as a man, love yourself enough to know when to let go. Don't hold on to nothing that's not holding on to you. You know, you got brothers right now, and I personally know brothers who have committed acts of violence over a woman. They were jealous at the next man. They were upset, angry, jealous of the next man because she chose him. Don't choose nothing that's not choosing you. Don't hold on to anything that's not holding on to you. Stay on your grind, stay on your purpose, stay focused. It is what it is. There's a lot of brothers right now locked up over pussy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Locked up over pussy, have totally forsaken themselves, have totally forfeited their dreams, and it is what it is. I'm not blaming this on women. I'm saying men need to be more disciplined and show more self-restraint. You know, guys doing crazy stuff like hollering at a girl and they may get rejected, then they pull out a gun and shoot her. Like, nah, that can't be. That can't be. Let me go on to the next thing. 4, having no code of ethics. I feel like a lot of brothers are just kind of drifting. And I guess this kind of rolls into my next one. When you have no code of ethics, you have no standard. When you have no standard, you likely have no plan. When you have no plan, you're just kind of existing. And I've seen a lot of brothers, oh man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but there's no plan, so they're just drifting. They're not measuring their progression, and they're just drifting. Yeah, so let me see. I just gave you 4. That was number 4. But having no code of ethics. When you have no code, no sense of honor, you're not centered in anything, and you're just doing whatever. But when you're centered, you can move with the plan of attack. You can move with a purpose. And number 5 is drifting, no plan. So 4 and 5, they're conflated. Like I said, these things will connect. Number 5, drifting, no plan. When you're drifting, you're just kind of there. You know, when you're drifting, you're not showing discipline. You're not showing focus. There's no goal. When there's no end game, and there's no goal, you're just drifting. And I've seen brothers just literally waste their lives away. You know, and this, you know, this has led to premature deaths. You know, let's get to it though. 6, conversations. The conversations that you have influence your psychology. The conversations that you have either uplift you, help you expand, or they restrict you and pigeonhole you and put you in a box. And I feel like a lot of brothers, they have not had healthy conversations. You know, the conversations that they have are centered around things that are very minute, things that are very temporary, things that are not high-minded, things that don't facilitate growth. You know, it's like Plato's allegory of the cave. Like, your conversations have to help you expand, push you in a positive direction. You know, if you're sitting around talking about, and I'm gonna say it, I'm a sports head, I'm a Niner fan, I'm a Pistons fan, but if all you're doing is talking about things that are just entertainment, you know, nothing that actually edifies you and builds you up, your conversations, you're just gonna be walking in circles. 7, not thinking long term. I've seen a lot of brothers who have been in situations where they were in dire straits, impoverished, and I think with poverty, you know, you just start thinking about the 24 hours in front of you, you know, and not even just with poverty. I'm talking about not thinking long term, so short term thinking. A lot of times, a lot of brothers are thinking, they're living in the moment. They're living in the moment, and they're just thinking about right now, you know, and they don't think necessarily about they don't think about the residual effect of their choices. They don't think about the residual effect of their choices. So they're in a situation where they may be like, man, I gotta hit a lick, man. I gotta get this money, you know. And you can I've seen brothers commit acts of violence, robbery, murder. Not necessarily seeing these things happen per se, like in person, but I've known brothers who have done certain things, you know, and then their life is over. You know, you become incarcerated or you get murdered. And what's sad is the narrative has not shifted really from my father's generation for black men till now. There are things that my father has experienced that I'm like, yo, I've experienced it. You know, knowing guys who robbed a liquor store or robbed a convenience store, you know, and then they get killed in the process, or they rob a convenience store and they get incarcerated. You know, just not thinking long term. Like, yeah, you want that fast money, but that fast money can lead to a fast death. Find something that's consistent. Something that won't cause you to forfeit your freedom or forfeit your life. Let me see. The last one. Constantly pursuing pleasure. I've encountered a lot of brothers, man. I'm trying to go out this weekend, man. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to get high. I'm gonna holler at Shorty. I know she gonna let me beat. I'm gonna knock that down. And not being responsible sexually, not being responsible, just with their time. You're constantly looking for the next high. You're looking for the next dopamine hit. You're in a perpetual pursuit of pleasure. Wow, that's dope. 3 P's. Perpetual pursuit of pleasure. And that's where a lot of brothers mess up. And sometimes, there has to be a time where you have to be a grown man. And you have to deny yourself. And you have to be responsible. Because if you're in a constant pursuit of pleasure, if you're in a perpetual pursuit of pleasure, you're not thinking long term. You're living in the moment, and you're not thinking about solidifying yourself. You're just looking for that next dopamine hit, that next high. And when you do that, you're not going to grow. You're going to stagnate yourself, and you're just going to be living for the moment, which is essentially long term is going to have a negative residual effect. But this is just something I want brothers to kind of mull over, think about, self-reflect, be honest with yourself, and do better. You can't grow until you identify the problem. Again, I've said you cannot have revolution without revelation. You can't even get to the point where you look for solutions until you realize it's a problem. And I just want brothers to see this and self-reflect.